Oh, good evening. How are we doing? All settled in for the night. Well, I'm not settled in yet. I've not built my tent yet. But I'm just sitting down for some dinner. So you want to come and see how I'm living, do you? Well, let me show you around. So I've walked down today from Fishguard, about 15 miles, just under 15 miles. It was 14 something today. Exhausted. First day back. I had a great welcome this morning. There was a group of people that met me down on the seafront in Fishguard. I was completely blown away. Somebody came and picked me up. One of the Freemasons came and picked me up from Colin's place where I was in the glamping pod last night, and drove me down there at 8:30 this morning. I thought it was a bit strange. I saw this big group of people at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. Well, I had a welcoming committee. It was amazing. The mayor was there, and they had a big banner out, and so we took some photographs, and then a group of them have walked with me for most of the day actually. So it's been really, really nice. Unfortunately, the weather has been, there's been a sea mist, so it's been blowing in off the sea all day long. So we've been couldn't see anything, so we've missed out on some absolutely stunning scenery. But it's cleared now, so the wind's turned and the wind's blowing back off the land, so it's blown it all away, blown it all back out to sea, which is great. So yeah, I was going to camp. You can just see behind me there's a little spit of land there sticking out, and there's a bit of a plateau on it. So as I came round, I thought, well, that might be all right. So I walked right down to it, but there's this building at the top of the hill, and it was clearing in the mist, and I thought, oh god, if somebody lives in there, they're going to see me. So I binned it off and I walked up the hill, and it's a youth hostel. So I'm sat outside a youth hostel, which isn't open, unfortunately. You have to book the place in its entirety. It's a gutter because I can see in the windows. I'll show you in a minute. And all the beds are made up, and there'll be bound to be showers in there, obviously, and there's a kitchen area and whatnot. But anyway, it's all shut up shop. So, but I've just found a beautiful little spot here where I'm going to pitch my tent on this little clearing, which I'll show you in a minute. So let me show you now. Just here. The youth hostel buildings here, and there's a lovely little clearing just down the bottom here, so I'm going to pitch my tent there. The wind is blowing quite strong now. You can see the grass is blowing, but of course this building's sheltering me. And you can see behind me my walk tomorrow. It's going to be right along that cliff line. And when I was sitting here looking at it thinking, oh, I knew I was wild camping tonight, looking at that I was just thinking, I'm not going to find anything along there. I'm going to have to keep going and going and going. And like I say, I've done 14 something miles today, and I've just, my first day back after being back to Lincolnshire, I'm exhausted. So it's actually beautiful, and I've got a couple of benches here, which I laid on earlier on when I got my boots off. So what have I got for tea? I've got some soup, which I've just knocked up, some cup of soup, so I'll get plenty of fluid back in. And I've got some noodles. I've gone for these sorts of noodles now, these super noodles, instead of the noodles I used to cook in my burner. So I used to get me boiler going, and then the noodles I'd put inside the pot, but it's always a pain in the neck having to clean it out afterwards. And in fairness, the noodles are quite bland, so you'd have to put a lot of stuff in there to give it some taste. Well, these noodles, I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love them. They're really lightweight, so I always carry 2 of them around with me. And then I found these mashed potatoes. In fact, John found these mashed potatoes that I think they do them in Herons. I've never seen them anywhere else, only in Heron. But they're absolutely delicious. So you just add water, give it a stir up, and so it's not really like eating in the Ritz, but it'll do for moi. And it's just so peaceful. The path comes across the top of the back of this building, so I've seen people coming around over there, and then I'm completely out of sight here, and then it goes down and drops down the back there, and then it disappears down the hill. So there's absolutely no likelihood of anybody coming around to speak to me. Although in fairness, I was just sat here a minute ago in my pants sucking up the sun, and I heard somebody, because it's gravel, and I heard footsteps. So I was in my pants, fortunately, so I wasn't sat here in the all together. And I just looked over the end here, and there's a couple stood there looking at this beautiful view, and they were Germans. So we had a little chat with my broken German. But they in Fishguard, and they're in a motorhome, so they've done one, legged it. So I don't imagine anybody else is going to come around here. And the best bit of all, there's a water fountain which works around the corner. They're a brand new one fitted to the outside of the youth hostel, so I've got fresh, clean water. And being a nosy git, I tried all the doors. And there's a little door that goes inside, and there's a little toilet. Not the cleanest. I don't think they use it particularly. There's a couple of rat traps set. Flushed it, and it flushes. So I've got my own little privy and all. So this is absolutely perfect. Wild camping, but not quite that wild, is it? Not all that wild. And I've got signal as well, so I should be able to get some paperwork done in a bit. So that'll be good. So anyway, bugger off. Let me get my tea. Interfering with me. I'll catch up with you later.